Hey, what's up, guys? Carl back in another video, and today I want to do my What If series. What if Sakura was a Jinchuriki, part 9? So, in the last part, in part 8, there, we see Sakura there. Well, technically, we do see Naruto there, mostly was with Jiraiya there, and he was mostly trained with Jiraiya there. That still plays out the same like the original. Um, but we do see Sakura there trying to learn how to do the cherry blossom tree genjutsu there. She's like, oh, you can actually have more of the power there and stuff like that. That's what she was telling her, and she was also telling her it's like you actually have more power there, Sakura. You need to get that power in and stuff. And she's like, right, and she couldn't do it there. And Kurama is saying that there's something inside you you can actually mostly contain that. She's like, really, I can there. So technically, they go to mostly they did their trainings there and stuff. Konohamaru was talking to them there, saying about they're mostly running late to the tournament there. When they are running late to the tournament, they get there to the tournament. Mostly they're getting chased by bulls there, and mostly they get to the tournament there and stuff. And then they're like, wait, that's Naruto and Sakura and stuff like that. And mostly they're like, oh shit. And mostly they've seen the bulls, and they get there in time there. They're waiting for Sasuke there, but they mostly started their matches there. Naruto's fight plays out the same, but Sakura kind of noticed there about Naruto. She was kind of like him there and stuff. With the chakra or the red chakra cloak there. So she gave him a good look there and stuff like that for it. And technically, they mostly Sakura was mostly fighting Tamari there. And then she uses her mostly Karma's cloak there to knocking her out. And so that was mostly she knocks him out there and stuff like that. And then when Sasuke fights there, when Sasuke fight, he hit Gaara with the Chidori, and then I tell out of there. And so let's get into that was in part 8. So let's get into part 9. What if Sakura was a Jinchuriki? So mostly they're trying to wake Naruto and Sakura up there. Mostly Sakura was waking up Naruto there, mostly releasing the things there and stuff like that. She's like, oh, mostly I might see Kashi like he does in the original series. He's like, wake up Naruto and Shikamaru there and try to go after Sasuke there. She's like, right, and then she mostly wakes up Naruto there. And he's like, wait, what the heck happened there? Sakura? What? He's like, mostly, I think Sakura might feel more ingenuine there. She's like, oh, Naruto, I can't believe there you were so knocked out and stuff. He's like, oh, Sakura, okay, I get it there. So, and he's like, and he's like, Naruto was like, I get it, Sakura, and stuff like that. And so she's like, don't. And stuff like that. And they're like, technically, and mostly Akashi's like, come on, go. He's like, go right now. Try to capture him up there. So technically, Naruto, Sakura, and Shikamaru were chasing down Gaara there. Tamari, I think mostly with Tamari versus Sasuke happens the same. There, he knocks her out. There, like. He does like in the original series. Mostly Konkoro there. He was going against Konkoro there. And Gaara's like, ah! And then mostly tells off. And he's like, that still plays out the same there. I think that might also play out the same. Shino shows up and wants to fight him. I might still see that actually happening with Konkoro and Shino. So he's going to take it. Shino really wanted him. He's like, go there. He's like, I had to settle the school with him. He's like, yeah, thanks, Shino, and stuff. Plays out the same on that. So they mostly get there. And he's like, Sasuke Uchiha, you're gonna die there. And then mostly he was mostly attacking Sasuke. Sasuke trying to use his Chidori, and he gets knocked back. He's like, yeah, you're gonna die now, Sasuke Uchiha, and stuff. Mostly freaking Gara was actually doing that stuff, mostly going insane there, mostly turning into the Shikaku creature, mostly turning into the Shikaku there, and then mostly he's like, "Ugh," mostly going right at Sasuke. Out of nowhere, Naruto comes in, boom, like he does in the original series, kicks Sasuke there. He's like, Sakura, I'm gonna tell you there. She's like, what, Naruto? He's like, get Sasuke out of here. This is too dangerous. I will handle him there. And mostly Sakura, she's like, no, Naruto, no. I can't let you die from this monster there. And then mostly he's like, you need the, and then mostly catches Sakura in the tree. And she's like, damn it, there. And then he's like mostly get crushed there by the thing there and stuff. And he's like, Sakura, no. He's like, damn you. And then and then Naruto was fighting there, and then Sakura's mostly getting out. She's like, I can't let Naruto do this. And then mostly the Kurama's chakra, he's like, the freaking the Nine Tails actually was saying to Sakura there, saying, oh, you want to get out, huh? That boy's gonna die. You know that boy's gonna die. You're mostly pinned there and stuff like that. She's like, shut it, Fox, and stuff. And he's like, well, I can help you break out of this arm. She's like, really? You're gonna help me break out of this arm? So he's like, yes. And then he's like, you need to let me out. She's like, no, I don't gonna let you out, you damn fox. He's like, huh. Well, I can just let you get crushed there. And then she's like, damn it. And then mostly you see the Kurama's like, or going around Sakura there, and she's like, I'm not gonna let you hurt Naruto. Boom! She breaks out the arm, and then mostly Kara's like, what? How she broke out of that? That was so powerful. And then mostly she's like, I'm not gonna let you hurt Naruto. Ah. And then mostly Naruto and Sakura are teaming up against Gaara. I think they mostly team up against Gaara there. He's like, ugh. She's like, I didn't know I had to fight two of me. They're the same people as me, huh? Ugh. And he's like, I need to act quickly there. And then mostly Naruto comes in with the kunai, boom. He's like, 1,000 years of death. Boom. And then he's like, boom. And then he's like, boom. And then he's like, damn you. You destroyed it. Mostly, and then Sakura's like, that's boom. He's like, ugh. Mostly Gaara is getting pushed at this point. I think Gaara gets fucking pushed at this point there. Technically, he's like, there's no choice to do this now. And then mostly Chikaku comes in, and then he's like, sleep coffin, or sleep barrier. And then mostly Gaara falls asleep there, activating Chikaku there. And then mostly Chikaku was this activated really, really quick there. He's activated really quick, and like he does in the original series, because now he actually has to face Sakura and Naruto. They're like, oh crap, but there's how this guy there, and then he's like, he's like, I'm back, baby, and stuff like that. And then they're like, oh shit, they're like out of the shit there. And then Naruto's trying to summon the Chuto. He's like, boom, and then he's like, damn it. He's like, why am I summoning you? And then mostly it was Chi-Chi. He's like, oh yeah, and then stuff like that. How are you doing, kid? He's like, damn, I hate you, damn toads, and stuff like that. And he's like, and then mostly and then he's like, there, boy, boom. And then mostly they jumped out of the way. They're like, oh crap, there and stuff. So Shikaku is mostly getting outmatched there. Technically, Naruto tries it again. He's like, I don't have no choice. Summon Jutsu. And then mostly he summons he summons the cheap toad there. And he's like, huh? What I'm doing here? He's like, there's a monster there. He's like, a monster, huh? He's like, why you summon me and stuff like that? And he's like, there's a monster over there. He's like, oh, I'll just go take a hike there. I don't want to deal with you. And then mostly he's like, oh, Shikaku the Sand Spirit. Yeah, I remember that piece. He's like, I remember that piece of. He's like, I remember him there, that little thing. He's like, we can do something about that there and stuff. He's like, oh, maybe I might do something there. So, technically, he's like, well, and mostly Kamachichi was actually saying, oh yeah, you know that girl down there, that's his girlfriend there. And mostly Sakura hears it. She's like, wait, eh, eh, eh. Mostly Sakura gets freaking like blushy there. She's like, eh. She gets really blushy there. I was like, yeah. Oh, Naruto remembered me and stuff like that. He's like, oh well, I guess I can help you and your little girlfriend. G-Toad is mostly attacking the Shikaku there. Shikaku's pushing him back there, and he's like, oh crap. He's like, I'll do it. Look what bullets in. And mostly kind of did the little bullets there, and he was getting pushed. Mostly he's like doing that, and he's like, give me some fangs and claws, like he does in the original series. And so, he's like, give me some fangs and claws there. He's like, do it there and stuff. And mostly Sakura hops over the Chief Toad. She's like, wait, who are you there? He's like, Naruto, I can help you with this there. And he's like, man, I thought you had one person to be. This is so annoying and stuff. And mostly the Chief Toad is getting pissed off. He's like, she's like, I can help you on this there. So, and stuff like that. And he's like, wait, how you can help there, girl? And then mostly they build up their chakra there. Both of them actually have the karma forms. And then they're like, mostly Naruto's like, transform. Mostly you see like 2 Nine Tails coming right up. And then mostly Sakura is like, wait, what? What the heck is that? And then mostly Sakura bites the other one. Naruto bites the other with the 2 karmas. And then mostly she's like, go Naruto. And then boom. And then mostly Naruto comes in. He's like, rise and shine, motherfucker. Boom. And then he's like, ugh. And then mostly Sakura, she's like, I need to do this. Cha, boom. Ugh. And then mostly wakes him up. He's like, ugh, what the? And mostly Shikaku's like, oh, wait, what the? I just got here. and then he falls there because he got double whacked there like he did in like Naruto. I guess Naruto doesn't need to do the headbutt there. Not in this version. I think he doesn't really do the headbutt on that one. So, and then they mostly collide. They did the like it does in the original series. Where Naruto punches Gaara there, and he falls there and stuff. He falls. Mostly Gaara fell like he does in the original series. Technically, Naruto gives a speech there. And Sakura also gives her speech about. She's like, I know how you feel, Gaara. I know how you feel. You have the pieces like us there. I know how that feels there, where villagers are looking at you like a demon there, and we kind of noticed that there. Naruto kind of like, he's like, yeah, I know that. You feel the same pain as us, and you kind of noticed that there. And he's like, and stuff like that. And then mostly Tamari and Kankuro pick him up and they flee there. That might happen there. I totally forgot about the Orochimaru fight because most of the Orochimaru fight is going to be the same, so I'm not going to really explain that. So technically, the third Hokage dies by Orochimaru. That still happens. So, Mostly, they go back to the Leaf Village. They're going to go to the ceremony, or the funeral of the third Hokage there. Um, and then stuff happens. I think stuff plays the same there. Ruka was actually saying he liked to see him and stuff like that for it. So, our Ruka was actually saying about um, he was a great man, all that stuff there, and that's where it was on that on he was telling that with Naruto and Sakura there, and uh, technically, Sakura there was actually was going to talk to Naruto about the Nine Tails thing. She's like, I seen you actually have that power in the ring against Neji there. He's like, yeah. So you kind of knew there this whole time there and stuff. She's like, yeah, I knew you're this whole time. You're also part of me. You also have the Nine Tails inside of you also. And then mostly Sakura is actually saying that, and then Naruto is saying he's like, yes, I do have the Nine Tails inside me. She's like, yeah, that's crazy. I have one inside of me also. Um, they're like, wait, what? And stuff. Um, but we will find out what it actually is on that there and stuff like that. How we're gonna mostly contain the Nine Tails, and then mostly Sakura was actually saying that there, saying we need to contain this there, and try to possibly, possibly, possibly get this in a better light there. So, and he's like, huh, we need to mostly control our powers. He's like, I know what one guy there who can actually help us train, and that's where the what if ends. So, yep. Comment, rate, merch, sponsors, Tids Bros. We like what bros, please subscribe. Hit that button, subscribe, uploads, and live streams. Comment, sponsors, Tids Bros. Like her out. Out of peace.